So I'm going to call the meeting to order at 5:36. We are hopefully that Norm and Lisa can join us shortly. We got a lot to cover. Oh, yeah, I can't. Okay, Jean, could you just give an update on CPC?
Well, we tried to move forward with the request for a quote. We met with Carl Steinhardt yesterday, who was very helpful. I worked that early this morning, but I guess because of the prevailing wage and some other stuff in the contracting issues, it may not happen until spring, but we'll see. I heard from Androck Natural Earth today, Bud.
Yeah.
So they're going to deliver the blocks and the caps on Thursday morning.
Okay, I'll be there.
I'll be there, and they're going to call me. They're going to call me. So I know originally you wanted to have him come in on the north gate.
Yes.
But if it's going to be there until spring, you think it's safe there, or we want to tuck it in the back?
I will lock it up. I don't think anybody wants to carry those heavy blocks out.
All right. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I saw that email from Carl. Has Bobby been informed, or?
Yeah. In fact, Carl spoke with them.
Okay. So what exactly is going on, Gene? I'm sorry.
Well, it's got to go out for request for quotes, and because of the weather and because of the contracting requirements with the statute and the law, Carl was thinking that it may not happen because of the weather. It may get delayed until the spring.
Are they still, is he going to try to go out with it right now, though, to see if we can get it done this year?
Well, he's going to press forward. I'll follow up.
Okay.
With him. He's going to take a look at it and do a little edit on it. So I want to give him a little time.
Okay.
First, I don't want to, ride him, but he's been very cooperative and supportive. So.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting a lot done. We're getting a heck of a lot done. So we just want to make sure we keep going with it. So.
Yeah, and Bob recommended some masonry paint, which they didn't have it at Cook, so I may have to see whether they have it at IBS to paint the vault and
Okay.
and the brickwork.
Yeah, the cemetery is looking great, Gene. It's looking really great.
Yeah, deep inside. I've been working deep inside, although yesterday I reset 2 up front. Probably in the last month, I fixed probably 14 in the back section of the cemetery.
That's good.
Awesome.
I see you've been having some help too, right?
Yeah, on occasion. I had my little friend from Westfield help me a little bit yesterday, and on occasion, I might connect with Heidi Johnston, who's a steer and a Cushman descendant. So I've been having her work on her family stone. The 5th grade grandparents, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd.
I've had people ask about volunteering, Gene. What I'm doing is, when somebody asks about volunteering, I send them to the cemetery so that if Sue gets I'd say leave a message, or if they see you there, to contact you if they want to help.
There's an email link on the Facebook page.
Which ones? Friends of the Cemetery?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
But they
I'll
click
let them know that too.
They'll send an email directly to me.
Okay. I'll let them know that too. But I figured, at least the cemetery number I could give them in that stuff. So.
Yeah, I'm having a hell of a time with the lime and the concrete. It really does a number on my skin, and apparently I must have got some in my eyes, my right eye today. It looks like Lisa pounded the heck out of me.
Okay, so that's a little update on that and the old cemetery. Can we do an update on the surveying?
Oh, I have one last
Oh, okay,
thing,
go ahead, Gene.
is that on the shed, Bob is gonna have his carpenter. And I haven't heard back from Bob about but on the old shed. Because he did give us a quote and we did do a PO, but I
Okay,
haven't heard anything from Bob.
all right, well, he'll probably stop in, so, to find out the status of everything. So if you don't, just give him a buzz. Because he's probably trying to finish up work before the freezes and stuff anyway, so. So that's that. Let's take care of the, how's the surveying going?
They finished with the outside surveying work and they laid out section 8. So we've already sold 4 graves in there.
Okay,
And so it's all laid out. We just have to make the roads fit the cemetery now.
okay.
Okay?
Do you know where we stand on the money-wise, Bud, at all?
No,
Okay,
they didn't send anything to me.
okay, because Sue, let me know if you get something, because I want to know what they have done and what they haven't done so that we can put it in for next year's budget.
Okay, I haven't heard anything offhand.
Okay,
for
so we can finish
money.
up. Yeah, I want to be able to finish up because we had to take them off of one part and have them switch over to the other part, and that part was more important to get done at that point in time. But
The
we want to go
section
back
8,
and
yeah,
yeah, we
yeah.
want to go back and do the rest of it and make sure everything's done.
okay,
So we'll have to see, at least we've got a contact. We can talk to them and see how much it's going to cost to finish the rest of it for the budget for next year.
yep.
Okay, have we done anything on roads this year or haven't we gotten there?
No, nothing on the roads.
Okay,
Okay, but we did get a new door.
yes, it's great. That's great.
Yeah, yeah.
Sue, Bud, do you have the number to security fence somewhere?
Yes, I've got it.
I gave
Okay,
it to
can you-
Lisa today.
Okay, because I want to set it up so that they come and change that, but I want at least Lisa, you, and somebody else there so that they can learn how to do it themselves and so that we can manual override it when it snows and stuff like that, so we can plow or whatever we have to do.
Right.
Okay, so
Okay.
when it's scheduled, at least you or Lisa or both of you, so that you can learn how to do that, so that we can do a manual override. Plus, they should be able to teach you how to change the time, so we don't have to worry about calling them back in.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
I'm just trying to remember everything and cover all the stuff, and then we'll go to some other stuff after that. Fence. Oh, in the next week or so, could one of you take the monitor out of the building and bring it to Sue? She'll put it in the corner of her office so that nothing happens to it over the winter. Because it can't stay in that office.
I had got a heater with it. I've already changed over from the fan to the heater.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
it made it through.
We won't be running the heater all the time, so I want to take the monitor out of there.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll
Yeah,
get
so
it.
if somebody's there, can just grab it, just unplug the cables and take it out. 'Cause
I
they
was
can't-
gonna
say, I can come get it easy enough too. I pop
Okay,
in
yeah,
there
yeah,
once a week or twice a week usually, so wouldn't be a big thing for me to pick it up and
Yeah,
if
because it
worse
doesn't
comes
weigh
to
anything.
worse, I bring it here or yeah, I'll put it up in the cemetery office, no, whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't weigh anything. Next point is.
Lisa's been working up in the office with Carl's office, and it'd be just as easy for her to grab it and take it up there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who grabs
True.
it, so,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
If somebody's heading that way, just grab it and bring it up and put it up in the corner of the cemetery commission office, okay?
Okay, we'll get there.
Next thing is Pontum. Sue's doing a great job getting information in. We need to make sure when she has questions that they get answered as soon as possible, because that her getting that done is a point of CPC funds and that stuff, so we got to get it done. So when she has questions on all of that stuff, Jean, Bud, and I wish Lisa were here, but make sure you answer her questions as soon as possible, whether she writes them down and gives them to you or what have you, because she's asking those questions to fill in the information in the Pontum software.
Okay, if it's
Okay.
related to that, I'll answer it.
Yeah, well, anything she asks is related to Pontum. Most everything she asks is related to Pontum because she has to know what the heck, what information she needs to put in there and stuff like that. So,
Or sometimes it's a question from a person that's called the office, and sometimes I think I know the answer, but I would rather double check that I'm going to give the person the right answer than have to go back and say, oops, we made a mistake. So I sometimes
Yeah,
run
so-
stuff by you a little just to be sure.
so we have to double check on that stuff so we don't have any mess ups. So,
What kind of reports can you generate out of Pontum?
we don't know yet, but it should generate, totally we don't know, but what Pontum should do, Gene, is we should be able to set that up with the GPS and that stuff of the town. And what it'll do is somebody can go onto the website, the Southwick Mass website, go in there and put in a person's name, and they should be able to find their site on the map and go to it without calling us and trying to find it and that stuff. It's going to put all that stuff in there.
So we have that add-on from Pontum.
We don't have the map add-on yet. We got to get all the information in before we can get the map add-on.
Well, I'm just curious about like a data validation. Some of the reports, and you can only access Pontum from your office, Sue, is that correct? You can't access it from the internet?
I can access it from my house and from the office.
Yeah, she does a go to PC type thing where she can do it at home and then go in, and just connect to her PC in the office. But no, right now it is not internet based. The information she's entering in is not internet based. Once we
yet.
get the map and that stuff, there will be internet connections to it that way. But we got to get this part done first before we can proceed to the next step.
I think it might be helpful at some point that being able to demonstrate Pontum to the rest of it.
But it's also is right now, all it is entering the information. There's really nothing to demonstrate at this point. Unless
There's no reports
I
capability.
don't think so. I don't think so
There might
yet.
be, Sue. I know you talked to Pontum. Call them and ask them
I
if
could
there's
ask
any
them.
reports you can run. Call them and
I
ask
can.
them if there's any reports you can run
Yep.
now.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I would think that there would be a drop-down menu for it.
This software is not like that, Gene. It actually has more different pages to it than anything. Like if you go into one person, and this is a couple years ago, I saw it. When you put one information in, then you can go to another page. You can't proceed until you go and put in a certain information. So, but this is in Pontum is set up for cemeteries. So.
Well, I'm quite familiar with that kind of stuff because I've done a lot of research.
Yeah.
And also, my experience, I was a systems analyst and work requirements and all that kind of stuff. And I have a hell of a lot of experience working with vendors and capabilities and stuff like this.
Yeah, well, Sue has a connection with Pontum. She calls them and they train her and do what needs to be done. So we got to get the information in. That's the important thing right now.
How far into it have we completed it, Sue?
Probably about halfway. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of missing information too, Gene. She's got stuff where there's no deeds, so we don't even know really whose name is on the deeds. We, have run into cases like that recently where there's no deed at all. Nobody knows. There's no copy of the deed. For some reason, at some point in time,
Oh,
there weren't copies of deeds put into files.
a lot of information not put it. Some things are perfect. I would say a good chunk of it is not. There's a lot of missing information. Lisa just got hold of me.
Yeah, she goes, "What time does it start?" I just went 5:30.
But
Yeah.
I would think that like on the missing information, you don't have to you working record by record, or are you able to get a summary of what's missing?
No, she has to work record by record.
Record by record, folder by folder.
Well, it seems kind of difficult to know really where you're at if you're working record by record.
Well, I don't know exactly. I'm guesstimating about halfway. It's going to take me a while to do it. I'm trying to be thorough. I'm trying to take care of things better than they have been. Some secretaries were wonderful and great, but there is things in a lot of holes. So that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, Gene, one time we got a bag of receipts in a shopping bag
Yeah, I
from a secretary with nothing else. No, they were on Post-it notes and that stuff, and that's all we got.
I kind of heard about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I mean, Sue's doing a good job trying to get that stuff in there, so we need to get it going.
And I'm trying to be thorough. I'm trying to ask the questions and put the questions out there when I see the holes. And if then I can continue on and go back. But, I don't have the brain that I can remember 100 names in all the situations. So I'm trying to leave all that print everything out and give it to Bud or whatever, so we can get his genius to fill in some of those gaps. So I will start reaching out to you too, Gene.
Well, like I said, it'd be kind of nice to know what kind of report capability
Well, let me
and about data validation. and
Yeah, right
particularly
now, we're just trying to get the information in there, Gene, because Sue only has basically so many hours to get the information in.
Right.
Yeah, I understand.
Once the
that, Bonnie.
information's in, then we can go to the more extensive
Database stuff,
part.
I've been doing my entire life, Ronnie. I know that stuff inside now. That's why I'm asking about, it's nice to have some reports to give you an idea of where the heck you're at.
So you can ask them, Sue, but just make sure you're still working on the, information.
Yep. I'll call
that in there.
Pontum this week and see what they have to say.
So just tell them, you want to see how far you're at. I don't know how you're going to be able to tell how far you're at because you don't know how many you have to put in there. Okay. Lisa's getting on now.
Yeah, I don't think, I won't know that yet, but
All right. So let's see. I'm trying to think of what else we have to cover.
Gene signing invoices.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just trying to go through all the stuff we had going on first, and then we're going to
Okay.
do that stuff.
Yep.
I was trying to give Norm a chance to come in because there's only the two of us. So,
Yep.
let's see. We did the Ponton. We did that. We did that. We did the fence. Are we doing anything more with trees this year, or are we waiting till spring?
I keep calling him up. This is Bud. I keep calling up, and he's really busy with all the other stuff. When he had the opportunity to do it, it was canceled on him. So I think he's a little perturbed. But I keep calling him. His wife keeps saying that they're going to get in one day here or one day there and try to get it done. That's all I can tell you.
Okay. Well, is everything done that would cause damage to the cemetery if we had a bad storm?
No, he only took down one tree.
Why was he
Well,
canceled?
Well, all he did was he stripped all the branches off one tree and he started on another, and he's got all the limbs stacked in one pile.
Why was he canceled?
He was told there was no money.
On the
You know, he
29th or 28th of June.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, but that was before July 1st when the money comes over.
Yeah, but he wanted to come in those 3 days before the end of the year, and he was called and told not to come in because there was no money for the job.
And okay, I'm admitting Lisa. Okay, Lisa's here. Hey, Lisa, can you hear us? There you go. I can see you. Are you muted maybe, Lisa?
No, I think I'm on.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
on. I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, well, quick overview. We've gone through the gate. You know that you're gonna get together with Bud and the gate people.
Yep.
To learn how to program the gate so that both of you know how to do it. We went through Gene's stuff that he's doing. We went through the surveying, how far it is and that good. So we do need to find out in the next month or two where they stand, because they're not going to be surveying over the winter.
Right.
So we need to know how much they stand so that when the budget comes in the spring, I know how much we need to finish off any surveying.
So we could still sell,
And it's an
Section
update.
8, right?
We did the quantum. Yes, Section 8
Okay.
has stuff done so you can sell Section 8, yeah.
okay.
And Bud, you have that information too, right?
Yes,
Okay, and Bud said he sold 4, so,
yep.
okay. Tree work, we gotta find out if they can come back in before the winter to finish up before winter. Can you
Okay.
talk to the wife and let her know that, you know, the money came through
All right, I'll call,
July 1st,
I'll
so
call him
we need
tomorrow
this done
morning.
So that nothing falls on the stones and stuff over the winter. Okay, all right, Bud, question for you. Now, is there a place that you know of where your phone number is posted for calling in for things at the cemetery?
Just the cards that are there. I think you have a bunch of cards
Okay,
up there,
can-
and I've got them here.
Can you add Lisa's number on there so that we have a backup person for calling?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay, and Sue, maybe look into making business cards with both their numbers on them.
Sure. Okay,
I don't know how much, yeah, I don't know how big, you know, whether you go to whatever, it shouldn't be that expensive. I mean, I wouldn't get, you know, 1,000 of them or something like that, but you know, get some so that Lisa's number's on it too. And
yeah,
does
I can do that.
Bud, does like Forest Stairs and the like have Lisa's number too for backup?
Not yet,
Okay,
but
can we
they got her.
make sure that happens, that they get Lisa's number for backup?
Sure, but
Okay, I know
they've
things,
met
I
her
know,
already, so.
they call you already, Lisa?
No,
Is
but
Forest
they've
Stairs
been in
called
the
Lisa directly or
cemetery
no?
and,
Okay. Okay, we just need to make sure that when, you know, somebody calls, if nobody's there to answer the phone, they have another number they can call so that we can get this stuff, you know, plus Lisa's trying to learn too, so we want to make sure she gets all that stuff covered.
Right.
Let's see. Before I go to this stuff we have to do kind of voting on and the like, does anybody have anything else for what we've been doing?
No, I just gotta get hold of Chris, highway superintendent, and
Yep.
see if they can have his crew come in and dig out and restyle the road so it matches the rest of the cemetery.
Oh, you
And
mean in 8?
yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah. So, yeah, because that's to me, that's stuff we have to do no matter what. So, because you don't want to have it like that. And
Yeah,
okay, so yeah, get that stuff done. Is there anything else you think we can squeeze in before winter?
So the only thing I found out today from Carl being in the selectman's office, he did say that the job that Bob was gonna do,
Yeah, that's on hold. That's on hold. Carl is going to be pushing it through that. Actually, we talked about that earlier. Sorry, Lisa.
oh, but so is that getting pushed through, or he told me today it was getting pushed to the spring?
Well, it might be. It depends on how fast he can get the stuff done because they have to go through certain things. If it can't be
Right.
done, it might be on hold till spring.
Okay, so if
Right.
it's on hold
Yeah.
till spring, the only thing we would want to do, Bud, is probably make sure that that area is covered back up so that there's no holes people are gonna fall in if they're walking over
Yeah.
there.
well,
Block it off.
well, ask Bob if he's gonna at least put the hard pack in there that he was talking about.
Well, I
Okay.
wouldn't do that if he doesn't get we don't know who's gonna get the job.
Right, because now they're going out to bid.
But, all right. And the town dug it out for us anyway, so,
We can
Maybe
have
they'll
them
come
come
in
back
with-
if it's gonna get delayed.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe there's something that they can do to, yeah, to put over, it, put boards over it or something like that, and then put the dirt on top of the boards, some of the dirt on the boards or something like that. And
Right.
block it off so that, almost, how they got that like orange fencing or something?
Yeah.
Put that around it so that it's all blocked off on all sides, because especially with the Spirit Walk this weekend, you want to make sure that that's blocked off.
Right.
Yeah, in the
we pretty
meantime,
much-
what's there is I put up some sticks and I put the yellow caution tape around the entire perimeter.
Okay. All right. 'Cause I figured that, that orange fencing,
Yep.
like snow fence or whatever, that goes all the way to the ground. So somebody's not going to go underneath it, or something like that. If you can find, if the town has any of that orange fencing, that might be a little bit safer. Okay.
That's good.
All right. Let's see. Anybody else think of anything else? And then we'll go for a couple other things. I'd like to bring up, and Jean, I think you definitely want to do this, is at this point in time, with Norm not here, it's just the two of us. So what I'd like to do is as a board, we can vote to have you sign the invoices and all that stuff that you're doing.
And the POs and stuff.
Yep, so that you can sign the stuff that you're doing, because right now, I don't know when I'm gonna be working in Hartford. I don't know when I'm gonna be working here. I don't know if I'm gonna be working late. I'd rather than having them wait for stuff.
Yeah, that's fine.
Have
I
Jean
think
be able
that-
to
I
sign
think
them.
that-
And that way there, they can continue to go through, because Jean's down there all the time.
Right.
Okay, we all still have to sign the deed, so that's, that's something else. So I'd like to make a motion that we allow Jean to have his signature on the invoices, the POs, that type of thing that need to be signed for the commissioner. And we allow Jean to be able to sign them also. You got a
Yeah, can
second?
I,
Can you second it, Jean? I mean, there's only three of us and.
Kind of have to.
We're gonna
yeah,
have to, Jean.
second.
There's no one else, Jean.
Okay, all in
Second.
favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, then Jean, as far as the commission goes, Jean should be able to sign the POs, the invoices, anything like that. The deeds, of course, will still have to have the 3 signatures, so. That was our main thing to get that done too. What else was there? Can anybody else think of anything else we need to go on? Oh, Jean, did you look at the minutes that Sue sent from last meeting?
Yeah, I did. I'm just trying to remember whether like the issue about the CPC money, I thought that came after the meeting.
No, because it wasn't the meeting in August. When was the meeting? Oh, no, was it in June?
August,
Yeah, 'cause
August 25th, I think, was the
Okay,
last
August,
meeting.
yeah, so the money should have been made available as of July 1st, so. But I think we're doing halfway decent with the CPC, as far as I can tell. But we'll, in everybody going forward, if you can think of stuff that needs to be done in the future, we want to make sure we get it into the budget. I know we've done good on the gate, we've done good on the door of the building. Hopefully, maybe next year we can do the thing for building the addition, which will probably have to go to bid too, so. But think about stuff going forward for that. We're gonna be coming up on closing the cemetery, so Lisa has said that when she has her plow on, she will plow out the building. So that will be easier, Bud. You won't have to worry about snow blowing.
Right.
So, and that way there, if we have the manual override for the gate, we'll be able to do that. So that's what we definitely have to get a hold of security fence to get that information.
Okay,
So-
I'll get him tomorrow.
Okay, so that way there we can, set up a date and time to be there. Okay. Have we got anything else, guys?
If we wanted to fix up some of the roads, next year,
Next spring, yeah.
Yeah, who do we get a hold of now? Because I understand Lane's not doing it anymore.
Well, we can actually go through the town and that stuff, because Carl said we can go through the town, and the town actually has a, what do I want to call it? A thing with Crestview.
Spreader box?
They have Crestview has a like an open PO or something like that. That may not be the right wording, but where we can use Crestview because we're part of the town, and Crestview can do the stuff if the town can't.
Okay,
Okay, so Carl explained some of it to me. I can't remember exactly what it was, because every time he calls during the day, I'm so into work that I forget. So
When you get your when do you get your budget that you gotta submit? Is that back in June?
no, the budget is around the March timeframe. We submit the budget because it has to be ready for the town
Okay.
meeting. Okay, I'll make sure
Okay.
you're there, Lisa, because
Right.
we'll make sure we get stuff in there. We need to see what else we're doing for help and stuff like that, because Lisa is learning the job, and I talked to Carl and he said that's fine, so that she can start learning the job. Because I know Bud, I know you want to retire, Bud. I'm not sure when, but
we're looking for 3 more years.
3 more years, huh?
Yeah,
I'm
at
I'm
least.
retiring next year, Bud. What's going on?
Well, I retired once, so I'll try it again.
Okay. All right, but Bud, don't push yourself, please, okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'll have my wife push me.
No, I just don't want anything happening to you or anything like that, okay?
Okay, I'm doing good.
All right, okay. Well, and Lisa's there behind you to hold you up, so,
Yeah, well, I got my monster lady there. She's a real worker.
good, great to hear, great to hear. So
Yeah.
that's good, because, I'd like to be able to pass the torch on to her, so,
Right.
okay?
Yep.
All right, does anybody have anything else? Any questions, any?
But I have, I started the manual, so everything I'm learning from Bud, like putting in the footstone for the,
Yep.
service people, and then for the families or whatever. He's taught me that. I took pictures, it's in the manual. So all the manual's getting pretty thick,
Good,
but somebody, whoever takes over for Bud in the future, or any of his workers, could literally follow it because I did it by picture.
okay,
So
good.
most people are visual learners, so it's not just, here's the 10 steps and then here's 20 pictures so you can't get it wrong. You know what I mean? So
No, that's
Bud's made
great,
it very
Lisa. That's
easy for
great.
me to keep track of everything.
Yep,
So
that's great. So Bud, anything Lisa can learn, please give it to her so she can put it in the manual, and we can have something to pass on. And
yeah,
just
he
think
has been.
we should call it Bud's Learning.
Bud's brain book. Bud's brain
That's
book,
it.
because
Bud's
that's where it all
Brain
comes
Book.
from.
That's it.
Yep.
That's what it is. Bud's Brain Book. We'll call it
There
Bud's
it
Brain
is.
Book. Okay,
Okay.
Bud?
Yeah, I'm all
Excellent.
for it. We've been working on it real good.
Okay, go ahead, Gene.
The cemetery rules, about what people can do.
Yep,
Is that something we have on our website?
I think it is, right, Sue?
I don't know if that's on the website. I'll have to look.
I know it's part of what's given to them when they purchase a cemetery plot, right?
Yes.
Right.
I got some of those books.
Maybe next meeting, we can go over
Lisa-
that stuff.
I just made him,
Lisa
I just
made
made
'em
Bud
up.
a whole bunch of copies
Okay, all right.
because he was down to a couple. So I made him like 30 copies. So he can start passing them out when people buy the lots, and that'll
Yep.
give them an idea of what they can and can't do.
Sue, look and see if it can be put on the website too.
Okay, I will. I've
Look and
got
see
it
if
in
it
my
can be put
notes.
on the website too, yeah.
I got told today in the selectman's office, or I overheard, that Doug Moglen's a real stickler for everything being put on the website. So if we could put all our forms or all our instructions and all that stuff on there, that would be really good.
Yeah, well, that's why we're trying to get Pontum on there and all that stuff too. So, actually, when you were talking about that, I thought of something else and it went, Um,
Welcome to the club.
I want to also, guys, I want to also go through, because I again had somebody call both my personal number and my personal cell.
Again?
Yeah, in the middle of the day.
Was this the one you gave me?
Yeah, the one I called you on that
Okay.
day, when I was going like,
All right.
so it's resolved, so
Yeah, but
that's
I
good and
think
stuff like
Sue
that. but-
figured out that that was,
Yeah, Sue found out who it was.
Go ahead.
So it was somebody outside of the town hall. So it wasn't
Yeah.
an officer, and it was somebody outside the town hall. So she has been told, please don't, because we don't do that anymore, because we
Right.
don't, yeah, it's got to go through that. It's got to go through the proper procedures. And actually, Sue, we also want to see about where more than Sue knows how to pick up voicemails.
Lisa can do that now.
yeah,
Okay,
she gave me
Lisa
that
can- okay,
information.
all right, so
Yep.
that's good. So if people aren't there, they can call the cemetery and leave a voicemail,
Yep.
and then they will have Bud and Lisa's information because of being the sexton and having to,
Yeah.
and the assistant having to do stuff outside of hours.
Do you want me to put their phone numbers on the phone message then for the cemetery office?
Probably.
Yeah, for the voicemail, yeah, I would do that.
Then we can add it, because the last thing was, we took all the phone numbers off and it was just call the cemetery office and leave a message. So if you
Right, but
want to do that, we
for-
can put it back.
But I would say in an emergency, please contact Bud Phillips or Bud Phillips at, or Lisa Anderson at.
Okay, okay.
Okay, that way there,
Yep.
it's, if this is an emergency, please, of course, people are gonna call it because they all think it's an emergency, but,
I was gonna say, that might be a problem, but
but if you say that, leave a message. We check the voicemail every day, so please leave a message. And if this is an emergency, please contact.
okay.
Yep, I would almost say not on Sunday, but if there's a
And
way
I'm
that
on-
you can say not on Sunday.
I'm on
Um,
I'm on the cemetery commission website, and there's no rules published out there.
Okay, so we can get those out because they're there, so,
Yeah, that's not hard to put on.
nope. And actually, if you take a look at it, we should take a look and see what else can be put out there. I think that the prices and all that stuff are out there, right?
Tell you in a second here.
They're in the book.
Yeah, but I think they're on the website too. I thought they were on the website, Sue.
I think it is. I haven't looked at the website lately. I'm almost sure it says 450 and
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
'cause
says
we had-
cost of
250.
plot 450. It's
Yeah,
just
because
a-
we had to change it. We changed it when you started, Sue.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's only one fee there. This fee is cost of plot 450, and there's nothing else.
Okay.
The cremation's not there or anything?
No.
Sue, do you put that on or do you give it to Jamie? to
oh,
put
I
on?
have to give
Jimmy
it to
does
Jim.
that.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Okay, all right.
Well, we can, once, now that I know this, we can pull everything together. I want
Right.
everybody to review some things and then we can see what we need Jim to
And we
put
can,
on.
we can do some of that by email too.
Yeah,
And then what we'll do is we can do some of it by email and then have another Zoom meeting. Because we haven't had that many this year, but even though everything's kept going on, so. And then we can always have that, like, maybe one before Christmas and get the website updated and stuff like that for spring. And you know what should be on that website too is the information about the door locking and all that stuff too.
you mean the gate?
Yeah, the gate.
Yep.
But
Okay,
ever since they put that nice
The
big sign
big
up, we haven't
door.
had anybody get locked in, so.
Yeah, the
Oh,
big door.
that was an every Wednesday thing.
Yeah,
The first month, it was every Wednesday, somebody was coming and getting themselves locked in there, so.
plus if you don't want people in there all winter, something needs to be said maybe about,
Well, it is, the gate doesn't open. Isn't there a sign there about it closed for the winter? You got a winter sign closed, right, Bud?
right, but with that, I don't know about that power gate now. Does it continue all winter long?
No, that's why we need the manual override, so we can open it manually during the winter. We don't want it opened when it's closed. No, that's why we need to make sure that it can be closed for the winter but we still need to
Right.
be able to manually override it so that we can get in with bodies and plowing and stuff like that. So that's what you need to talk, Lisa, about with
Yeah.
the security. So we need to be able to have a manual override.
Yeah.
Okay,
Know
so
how
we
to
need
do
to know how
that.
to do that. And we need it so that, because come end of November or so, the cemetery's locked and we don't want the gate open.
Okay,
Okay,
that's fine.
ready?
And that'll all go in the manual anyways. Anything I do or learn or we get together and agree on anything, it'll go in the manual. The only
Good.
thing I was gonna bring forward was the bench. So eventually you guys will have to vote on the bench. That there's two people that want to buy a bench. And so
Okay.
what I've been saying is I give them the website to where I purchased ours. And then, of course, it's cheaper now than it was when I did it. But especially they get a 20% COVID thing. But anyways, you
We
as the
want-
commission should be agreeing that you want it all to be the same color,
Yes, we
the
want 'em
same,
all
from
the
the same
same.
company.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we want them all the same. We want them to look the same.
Right.
So I know there's two benches in there. There's yours and another one, right?
No, right now there's only mine so far.
Okay, for some reason I thought there was one over by but is there another one over by the little hillside?
There's,
That's a wooden
1, 2,
one.
3, 4. There's 4 benches in there that we've had right along. One underneath the maple tree.
Yeah.
2 over by the veterans, and
Yeah.
1 in the end of section 6.
Right.
Okay.
And then
But those are
Macy's.
wooden ones, so we keep having to repaint them and replace
Okay,
the
yeah,
wood.
so we don't want to stay with the wooden ones. We want to
Right.
go with the ones that, maintain and stay. So,
So what
uh,
I'll do is I'll put together a packet of the bench and all the information and the prices, and I'll give you, Jean, and Norm it, and then maybe by the next meeting, you guys can vote on it.
vote on it, yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll
So,
put it
yeah,
in the manual.
Give Sue the names and that stuff so that we can,
Yeah,
and
she can put it-
actually we need to know where they're doing it because we don't want it to block walkway, that type of thing. So.
yeah, so that would all have to be in, I can write a thing up of what has to, you guys approve
Right.
the bench, but then they have to also
We have
come
to-
to us
Right,
and
we have to
where it's
approve,
gonna be placed.
right, we have to approve also where it's going to be placed.
The
Because
location, yes.
my
the
first
location.
placement was on top of a body. And I had to move it.
It wasn't really a body yet.
No, it wasn't a body yet, but it would be a body.
That it is now.
Yeah. Yeah, and they want to put one there anyways for their family, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
It'll all look good.
okay, so, yeah, get that information because if the people want to put the stuff like that in there, there's no problem as long as it's put where it needs to be put so that we
Yep.
can mow
Yeah,
and all that stuff. It's got to be done that way, so.
Now, later, maybe next spring, are we gonna put more trees in, or we're gonna,
Yeah,
What
I
are we
want to
gonna do
try to
with the
get,
trees?
I want to try to get those trees in, especially up along the front too.
okay,
Those, what are those those Sutton pear trees or whatever?
yeah,
where
it
the
won't be
Yeah,
a maple tree because I'll be
Bradford
cutting
pear.
it down.
No, the ones where the roots grow down.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
Yeah.
already, there's some type, and they're flowering too, so those are nice and they don't get humongous, which is what we want.
right,
right.
right.
So, yeah, we'll look at doing some of those in next year. Those should be in I think they're already in the budget for something with the trees, replacing them. But we want to get the dead
Okay.
ones out first, so.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
working on that as well.
Alrighty?
Yep.
Good.
Okay, Jean, you want to, anything else before we do anything?
No, I think we've covered.
Okay, we got everything covered, Jean?
I believe so.
Okay, you can make the motion.
I make the motion that we adjourn.
I second it. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, guys, everyone, thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and shut the recording off now.